Hello, and welcome back to Stationeers. I'm Lorex. So far on Mimas, we've managed to stay alive, but surviving out here isn't just about power and machines. Sooner or later, we need food. In today's episode, we're setting up a small but fairly advanced farm, designed around the resources we have access to right now. At the moment, we've got 3 mushroom seeds and 3 soybean seeds, and each of them behaves very differently. Mushrooms inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. They don't require any light at all. Soybeans are the opposite. They inhale carbon dioxide and nitrogen, and in return they exhale oxygen. They also require light, about 15 minutes a day, with a short period of darkness. So the challenge here isn't just growing plants, it's designing the atmosphere around them. Nitrogen is the first big problem. While we've got multiple ways of producing oxygen, the most rewarding source of nitrogen available to us right now is mining nitrice and crushing it. Each piece gives us nitrogen, but it also produces nitrous oxide, and nitrous oxide is dangerous. It's a powerful oxidizer, meaning if it ever mixes with volatiles and gets a spark, things can go wrong very quickly. Even without that, high concentrations in the breathing atmosphere act like a sleeping gas and can knock us out. So before we can use that nitrogen, we'll need to properly filter the nitrous out of it. Carbon dioxide is a bit more elegant. Mushrooms inhale oxygen and exhale CO2, so we can use them as a natural source. Later on, the goal is to take this one step further. The oxygen inhaled by the soybeans will be filtered out and sent back to the mushroom farm, creating a symbiotic system where the 2 farms support each other, with us only needing to supply nitrogen to keep everything running. If we get this right, we'll have a sustainable food system built entirely around gas management, filtration, and careful design. Let's get started. And there we go, we are back in our beautiful world. Now you guys might have noticed a difference in the way I make the intros. Usually I'm energetic, but the way I recorded those B-roll videos were a little too good to be very energetic with it. I thought it would fit it quite well if I had a calming voice. Since we had a calming atmosphere, and to any of you guys who might be wondering why the lights aren't purple and pink right now, it's because I make a copy of the world and then I load into the copy of the world and just go in creative to record my stuff so I don't mess up the actual world we're playing on. You know what? The first thing I want to do is see if I can get some type of stairs here that actually will be functional for us, because that thing is starting to annoy me. And we want to figure out where we are going to put the farm. Now, we do have a lot of space over here that we can utilize for a farm, but the thing is that it's gonna get really cramped up, especially that we have to deal with atmospherics. So I think we're going to perhaps expand. Maybe we could put a door like right here and then expand and make a farm somewhere over here. I think that's gonna be good. So let's take the stairs really quickly and then check out what we want to do. I've also got work tomorrow, so it means that I will be spending quite a long time playing Stationeers today. Yeah, honestly, that'll work. I don't care that it's sort of... Oh yeah, that's really good. I should have done that ages ago. Look at that. Alright, yeah, that looks really good. Alright, so what we're going to need is a few frames. Now we can utilize these iron frames, but I don't think they're going to be enough, so we might end up switching to steel frames. Because I'm thinking right here we're going to have an airlock, so this will turn into a door right here. So an airlock right here, and then here comes the room, where I guess the room we can make the room this big. Let's go ahead and get the doors. For the mushrooms, we're gonna put the mushrooms on the left side. So yeah, we can go ahead and start doing the mushroom side because it only requires darkness. Obviously, we can put lights in there, regular lights, not any sunlights or anything. But that's about the lights we can have over there. And I think I'm out of place. This thing... There we go. That's the little area where we are going to have a farm. Where we're going to have the mushroom farm. And then right here, we're going to have the soybean farm. So let's go craft some iron sheets. We're going to need some more iron walls.
Filter low.
There we go. Our first filter has just run out. So I'm going to take that filter and just place it here. And I think that's enough iron walls. And then we are going to need a... Do we get a grow light in the hydroponic supplies? I think we do, so I'm gonna have to check that out later. So we have the iron walls. We need the doors. So we're gonna need 3 doors in total, like I said. So we need copper, and that is just enough for 3 doors. So I'm gonna leave this crafting, and then I will go check out the hydroponic supplies, see if we can find a grow light in there. And perhaps I'm gonna grab the hydroponic supplies and bring them back with us, because we're going to need to work with them soon, so we might as well get them. And I think we probably should just place the hydroponic supplies out here. So let's see, do we have any... Oh, I forgot to re-enable my mod. A grow light. Yes, we do get a grow light. So yeah, let's go ahead and go back inside the base. We need some iron sheets. There are our doors, and I think we have plastic sheets right here. We're just gonna grab those. And do we have any silicon? Do we have any silicon mined at all? We do not, so we are gonna need to go mine silicon. But let me first go and get the doors down. And actually, I think we might need... This might be a manual airlock. Otherwise, this is gonna require programming. Yeah, we can have it require programming. You know what? That's not an issue. So we need to put a door right here. You know, instead of us having it be like that... Okay, change of plans. This isn't going to work. So let us take the iron frames from here. And then we are going to have the door be right here instead. Just like that. And then we're going to need one more door. Because I don't really want to make it too much of an advanced system where it requires programming. So we're just going to have a regular airlock right here. So a regular airlock right there. And then we want... This is where the fun part comes in. So over here, we're going to keep it a vacuum in this part over here. So like this. So we enter through here. And then we walk to this box right here, where we'll have a door that leads to the left. And then we'll have another door that leads to the right. So we'll have a door right here and a door right here. So let's see. If we were to walk through here... Okay, now we are in here. We want to go to one of our farms. So let's say we want to go to the mushroom farm. We come over here. We stand in this box, and then we'll have a door. Say we're gonna need another door right here. So we want to have a door like... We want to have a door right here. If we made it like that. So a door right here. And then a door right here. And then we'll have a door right here and a door right here. Yeah, so let's go get some more doors. So as soon as we get some food systems down and ready, and we solve our problem of water, I think we can begin working on the actual base. Because this is still just a temporary base. It's not where we are going to live forever. Which means any of my plans that I do have and that we've spoken about, I'm not going to be executing them in this base. It's just not worth it. Whereas this base is just going to be our current means of survival, basically. So that we can eat, drink, recharge while we actually build the much more complicated base. There we go. Yeah, it can keep crafting. We're gonna need those cables. So I'm just gonna put the copper here. And then we are going to get a few glass sheets. And there's also stuff in my inventory that I'd like to offload. So we're gonna do that. So, I did forget to grab some iron sheets, which defeats the entire purpose of why we went in there in the first place. But it is what it is, right? Like that. And then like this. So yeah, let's go grab some more iron sheets. We're also going to need more iron walls. And yeah, so we are looking for the iron. I don't know how much, how many iron sheets we're going to need exactly, but I'm just going to craft until we run out. And I will go outside and smelt some more iron. Right, so this room is basically almost ready. So we just need a wall up here. And we're gonna need walls right here. We're gonna need a frame down here. And then a wall up here. Okay, so just a little bit more iron and we shall have it be ready. There we go. So that's the simple farm rooms done. And now I just wanna... Let's see, so you are going to be a... I mean, there shouldn't be any atmosphere that ends up over here anyway. But we're gonna set up an airlock anyway, just in case. And then over here, we are going to have a shared passive vent, I think. No. So like this. And then I'm gonna run a pipe through here and a pipe through. And then over here on the inside, we're going to have an active vent. And then we also want to have a passive vent on this side and a passive vent on this side. And then right here, we're gonna have another pipe, and then we're gonna have another pipe right here. So just like that. Right here, we're gonna have another active vent like this, and then one right here, and then one right here. So just like this. We're just simply missing the glass sheets for these doors. There we go. And now we will cable everything up. Then each one of these are going to have their own little console, which is going to go through down here. And same for the other side. That one's going to end up right here. And yeah, I mean, I think we're doing good progress. So obviously we're going to need some sensors. We're going to need 3 sensors. We're also going to need 3 consoles. And then we're going to need 2 advanced airlock chip and 1 simple. Which actually might be the time where we need to do another... a new alloy that we haven't done in this series yet. I think is going to be electrum. So let's check it out. Right here. So advanced... No electrum. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the advanced airlock, which is going to require some copper. It is going to require some iron and some gold, which we do have gold right here. So we need 2 of these. So we're gonna need 3 consoles, and we're only gonna be able to craft 1, it seems like, because we ran out of gold. So you guys know what time it is. We need to go get some gold, and I need to figure out where I can put this oxide and volatiles that I have on me. I could make a fridge, but that is fine right now. Let's go ahead and grab this iron and copper. We are definitely going to need it, though we are out here for some gold. All right, and let's just throw the excess gold over here. All right, so we're gonna smelt a stack of everything, and I will start with the gold. There we go. And then since gold contains oxygen, I don't need to input any oxides into there, so I'm just gonna throw some volatiles into the furnace and then throw some copper. And you can see the beautiful glow of the furnace now. Once we get it super hot and super pressurized, it'll glow blue. There we go. So that's our ores, or that's our ingots. And then let's go back inside. We also need to charge very soon. We are running out of power. We're running out of power on the batteries for the lights. We've already got some iron in there. We just need some copper, or we just need some gold actually. And then let's get the rest of the consoles. And I'm just gonna put the rest of the ingots up here. So we just need 1 more console, and that's it. There we go. And now we need the sensors. So we also need 3 sensors. There we go. That's 3 sensors. So we're gonna grab those, and that should be it for the airlock. I mean, obviously we need an APC, but I do think that I'm definitely not gonna get an APC for each of these rooms. Instead, I'm probably just going to wire them directly to the battery over there. Perhaps maybe put a transformer there, because we have a cable that runs all the way across, so we can just put a transformer up here and then just run the cables down. Which we should be able to run cables through the side. Yep. All right, so let's see what we need to get some transformers. So transformer, small. Let's get a transformer. So the reason why we're putting a transformer over here is that I want to separate the networks so that they are 2 individual networks then. Because I don't want all the doors to show up on the light network, even though we're not going to be using this network apart from just lights and I guess powering the doors over there. And then we also are going to need our glass sheets, so we're going to need 3 in total. There we go. And yeah, we might as well grab the labeler too. And that should be it really. So let us go outside, but before we do that, let's drink and then let's eat. And I'm going to refill our oxygen canister. And I'm also going to vent the gases in here. And let's see. Let me go ahead and grab some of this coal. So let's grab half of it. I really do need to set up a way to control all the lights together. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly. So we basically only need a logic input output, and now we only need a logic switch. So a logic switch, and then we can use the batch writer. So like this, and we're just gonna simply stick it somewhere over here. So we want to put it somewhere around here. So I'm just going to batch writer. For the batch writer, it doesn't matter where we put it. So I guess we could put it up here. And let me throw the hole really quickly and grab some cables. There we go. And then we just need to cable this up just like that. And now what we need to do is grab the logic switch that we have over here. And we just have to, I guess we can put the switch right here. Why not? So we'll put the switch right here. And then we will cable it to the battery. And then over here, we want to do the input type is the switch. So the input is the switch and the out variable is the on variable. And then we're outputting to the wall light. So once we go ahead and turn this on, if I can, are we not going to be able to turn it on from here? There we go. So now simply once we click the switch, all the lights will turn on. And then once we turn off the switch, all the lights will turn off. So that way we can save some power. All right, let's go ahead and charge the batteries. So there we go. Our battery should be charging. And we can go back to our beautiful farm that we haven't planted anything in yet. And start finishing up the... finishing it up. So right here, I think probably right here, we're gonna have the APC or the transformer. So the transformer will sit right here. I should have brought some more cables. We're gonna need them. And we're just gonna cable the APC. And then we're gonna... I think that's way more than enough. 1000 watts. Let's give it 1.5. And then we simply just have to... that's not gonna work. Because the APC or the transformer... I don't know why I keep calling it the APC. The transformer needs to be further back. So like this. So that then we can run cables from here. So like that. And then let's run a cable through here. Like this, and then let's turn on the transformer, set it back to 1.5k, and then we need some cables. So let's get some cables. Both our batteries are full now, so that's good for us. And the cables, we have them right here. Let's grab a stack. So we've got all the airlocks done. So now if we flick to this, it'll make sure that it is 0 pascals before it lets us in. And then when we go out, it'll make sure that any gases that might have flown from there into here are gonna go back into that room, and then it's gonna let us out. There we go. So that's our little farm. And that is looking really good. And we can also basically monitor the doors from over here. make sure that nothing is going wrong. We just have to keep an eye on the temperature. We do need to pressurize both these doors. So the mushrooms, they only need oxygen, so that's an easy one. So if you take a look at mushroom seeds and then look at what the mushroom wants, the mushrooms only want oxygen, and then they will exhale CO2. And we've got 3 of them, but also we need to give them the minimum ideal grow pressure, which the minimum ideal grow pressure is 50 kilopascals and the maximum ideal grow pressure is 100 kilopascals. So we want to maintain a pressure between 50 and 100, and also same for the temperature. The minimum we can have is 20 and the maximum we can have is 30. So we want to make sure we don't exceed above those, otherwise the growth rate is going to be dramatically increased and it's going to take way longer for us to grow them. And obviously if we don't meet the requirements, then the seeds are going to eventually give up and die. So we don't want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the water tank. We're gonna need the water tank. And I could in theory put the water tank in here. But I think we're just gonna take this water tank and use it just for the plants. We can make our own water once we start having that problem. And then we're gonna grab the hydroponics. We're gonna grab the liquid pipes. We will also grab one of these portable connectors. And then we're gonna grab the soybeans and the mushrooms, and that should be it. And then let's go back inside. And since this isn't an advanced airlock, it's gonna try to pressurize us, but we don't have any pressure in here, so we're gonna have to cancel the airlock every time we go in for now. Alright, so I'm thinking we can probably have the tank be somewhere over here. It's going to be quite cramped, so yeah, but that is fine. So if we had the tank right here, we have a little walk room, and then we can easily run to liquid pipes, which let's go ahead and do that. Yep, and now we simply want to go into this farm dorm, I guess we can call it, and start putting down our hydroponic trays. So that's going to be 3 here, and then we're going to need 1 more hydroponic tray for over there. I'm not going to hook up the water just yet, but let's get these 2 hydroponic trays connected. Like that. And then we're going to go craft 1 more. And I'm also going to leave the soybean seeds and the mushroom seeds, and we can also leave the pipes just in case we need some more. There we go. And we need a hydroponic tray, which should be from here. So that's 10 iron. We can grab this iron right here and simply just chuck it back there, and the pipe bender should consume it. Now, one thing we can do with the gas sensors that are on the other doors over there is that if we make sure to close the doors behind us once we leave, then this door is going to open up, meaning the gas sensor will have access to the atmosphere in there. And then we can use a one of the data mirrors to grab the data from this gas sensor and the other one, and then put it onto another network inside, so then we can read the data from this and that, and then we can output it to a console to monitor the pressure and the temperature. And there we go, that's our hydroponic trays. Now this is going to be the mushroom room, which means if we actually just go ahead and get it pressurized up to 50 with oxygen to 50 kilopascals, then we should be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some oxides over here. That should get us to 50. And technically when this door closes, it's gonna be over 50 in here. And then the temperature, once it heats up, it's also going to be over 50. So if you take a look right now, the temperature is just above 0 degrees. And we need a minimum ideal grow temperature of 20°C. So that's quite low. What we can do is open this up and let the atmosphere flow in here, because it's already over 20 degrees in our base, and it will help us. So I think we should do that. Because yeah, the pressure inside our base is very similar to the pressure inside here, so there's not much flow happening. It's just equalizing. So yeah, once it fully equalizes out and the temperature gets to 20 degrees, we're gonna close it up. There we go. And then I'm just gonna monitor for any harmful gases, which we do have some pollutants in here. So we're gonna also go and grab the portable scrubber in just a second. Now for the soybeans, we're gonna need to get some nitrogen. So we're gonna need to get some CO2 and some nitrogen. Let's go back to the mushrooms and plant them. There we go. So, oh, I should like grab the... there we go. I'm just gonna do that. So if we plant a mushroom, it should be thriving. And it is in darkness, which is what we want actually. So that's good. The mushroom is thriving. So I'm gonna risk it with 2 mushrooms like that. And then I'm gonna leave the seed over here. And then we can leave. And hopefully the mushroom is still thriving. We can kind of... yeah, it is. All right. And for the soybeans, that's where things start getting complicated. We do have CO2 in the base, but it's not enough, really, for me to feel comfortable. Once these mushrooms grow, I'm probably going to leave 2 of them growing forever. And then we're probably just going to consume 1. Actually, I'll probably just plant more. Yeah, because we get seeds if we let them grow to their... if we let them fully grow. But let's see how we're gonna go get some nitrogen to begin with. I haven't seen any nitrous, and is slightly concerning me, because we should see some nitrous. We should have seen some nitrous. I did check the minables. I checked the XML to make sure that there is nitrous in this world, and there is, but I haven't seen it in any of the 3 episodes. And actually, I think I see some nitrous right there. It disappeared. Where did it go? It was right next to those volatiles over there. It's a green, bluey looking rock. Yeah, I definitely see some nitrous. Yep, that's some nitrous right here. So that's good for us. We're gonna grab the nitrous, and this is a thing that contains nitrous oxide, so we want to be careful not to mix it with volatiles, otherwise there's gonna be a huge boom in the case of a spark. For now, just to get the farm going, what we're probably going to do is probably just manually, quote-unquote manually, but manually filter out the nitrous from the nitrous by using the portable scrubber. And then we're gonna get everything growing, and then I'm probably gonna wrap up this episode. Later on, we're probably gonna put a gas sensor in those rooms, in each one of those rooms, so that we can fully rely on the readings being accurate. And we're gonna read the total mole ratio of all the atmosphere that we have in there, and we're probably going to filter out... we're probably gonna have like 2 filtration units up here that filter out the CO2 from here. Yeah, so the CO2 from the mushroom side, send it over to the soybean side, and then the soybeans will generate oxygen, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the soybeans back to the mushroom room. And then the only thing we're going to have to manually supply is going to be the nitrogen. So that way we've basically made a symbiotic farm. I did forget to bring some things, so let's go and bring the portable scrubber, which should be in one of these packages right here. There is the portable scrubber, and then we're gonna need to go back inside and craft a nitrous oxide filter. So let's do that. So right here we need a nitrous oxide filter. There's our nitrous oxide filter. And that should be it. We shouldn't need anything else, I don't think. Apart from the CO2, which, I mean, for the CO2, we really can't do much. I mean, we could take some CO2 from the furnace. We could cool it down to 100 degrees and then... because, yeah, there is quite a bit of CO2 in here. That'll last us a while. We only need enough CO2 for like 3 days until the mushroom CO2 starts kicking in. So yeah, if I get a pump over here, pump out all the gases, or perhaps instead of pumping out all the gases, if I just connect this to a filtration unit right here, and then just pump a little bit of CO2 into a tank, we're gonna have enough CO2. And we do have some atmospheric units over here, so we're gonna use that. So let's grab that atmospheric unit, and that's the only thing we need. We do need to grab the pipes from inside. We can also grab this portable connector, because we are gonna need to craft a tank. And then I kind of dislike using filtration units because they're kind of weird. I usually like to just do phase change filtration, but for now we're not gonna do any of that. It's too early for that. So we need some pipes, and we're gonna need to grab some more cables, and we're also gonna need a radiator. So let's grab the steel. Let's get a radiator and stick that over here. We're also gonna need a carbon dioxide filter, and we're gonna need some cables. So there's that, and there's that, and we're gonna need the pipes, and we also need a tank. So let's get a tank. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough cables, but or pipes, but we will see. I'm not planning on having the setup be here permanently, so we don't need to worry about the aesthetics right now. There we go. That's the filtration unit done. And then where did the CO2 filter that I just crafted go? Did I not pick it up? I might have forgotten to pick it up. I'm pretty sure I crafted one. But either way, the unfiltered gases, honestly, they can just, we can just vent them. So I'm gonna grab a passive vent and see where the hell the carbon dioxide filter is. Oh, I put it over here. So we're gonna grab that. And then we just need a passive vent. And then let's drink really quickly. There we go. So the unfiltered can simply just flow out directly like this. The filtered is going to go into a portables connector. So let's put the tank down here, and then let us set the correct input. It is. And then we're gonna grab the tank and put it up here, and then we just need to wrench it together. There we go. And now all we need to do is provide this thing some power. Just like this. And I don't think we can put a radiator on this thing, can we? We can. So yeah, these pipe radiators are the ones that are optimized for radiating heat in vacuum. So we're just gonna place it over here. And now we simply just want to stick the carbon dioxide filter here and then turn it on. And this thing should start filling up with some CO2. There we go. It's filling up with some CO2. And the temperature of it is going down. Alright, I think that's enough. So I'm just going to turn off the filtration unit over here. I did forget, we need to set up a timer for the soybeans, which it's only going to be... We're only going to require some logic chips. That's good enough. And let's grab this tank. And then I'm gonna grab this radiator as well, so it stops cooling down. And I'm gonna grab this pipe before it blows up. And we also need to grab the grow light. I don't know how I thought about doing this. Let's disconnect the water tank really quickly. Put it over here. And then grab this tank. Stick it over here. And we're gonna need the portable scrubber. And let's attach the... Let's construct the portable scrubber. And oh god, please don't leave me. Oh my god. There we go. All right, we have the portable scrubber safely retrieved. And then I'll stick some pollutant filters over there, and then the nitrous filter. And then let's turn on the portable air scrubber. And then what we will do is that we are going to pressurize this to 25 using the Okay, we ran out. We have 30 moles in here, so that's good enough. So that means we can just go ahead and deconstruct this tank. Throw it over here. And then we're going to put the grow light on this side, and then we just need to release some nitrous in here. And soybeans, they want 50 kilopascals for a minimum ideal temperature or pressure. So we're going to split half this over here, and then it should be fine. That's good. So we're just going to wait until the nitrous is completely out of the mix. There we go. It's almost empty. All right, it's completely clean. We can go ahead and shut off the portable scrubber now. Make sure we don't open this lever, because that'll just release everything back into here. And it's gonna be tight. I can stay out there. Let's go check on our... Go check on our mushrooms, make sure they're not dying. Our mushrooms are still thriving. That is really good. Alright, and... we just need to cable the... We need to cable this grow light over here. Just like this. And then we're gonna go grab the stuff we need to make a timer. Let's turn on the portable scrubber and then vent the pressure inside it. Should be good. Gonna throw it over here. And what did we come back for? Oh yeah, the stuff we need for a timer. So for a grow light timer, we're gonna need a sensor. We're gonna need a sun sensor or a solar sensor. Actually, it's called a daylight sensor, but either way. And then we're gonna need a 2 logic input outputs. So 2 of these. Then we're gonna need a processor. That's 2, and then we just need a logic processor. And then last but not least is the memory. Go ahead and filter out the pollutants out of the base. All right, there's everything we need. We have enough cables. We do. All right, and we're just gonna build it up here. So the daylight sensor can just go right here, connect that. And then we need the logic memory. The logic memory can also just go over here. The logic memory is going to be set to 112.5. 112.5, and the logic input output, we're gonna have a logic reader and then a logic writer. If we had more grow lights, then we would use the batch ones, but we don't. So, and then let's cable everything up. There we go, that's everything hooked up, and then we just need the processor last but not least. So we're just gonna stick that over here, and we need the logic compare. And what we need to do is that on the logic reader, we need to take the device in to be the daylight sensor, which it is right now. And then we want to output the solar angle variable. So solar angle, we can go ahead and turn it on. And now we're reading the solar angle from this. The logic memory is already set to 112.5. So that's done. On the comparison unit, for input 1, we're going to take the logic reader. The out variable is going to be less. And then the input 2 is going to be the memory. So like that. And we need to hook this up as well. So we can turn this up. Okay, it's turned on. And last but not least, for the logic writer, the logic writer in is going to be the logic compare. The out variable is going to be the the out is going to be the grow light, and then over here it's going to be the on. So the logic compare is giving us a 1, meaning the on variable is going to be 1, which that is true. So the grow light sensor should get turned on. And there we go, we can already see the light shining through. So we're gonna grab that, we're gonna go inside and plant 2 soybean seeds and see how they do. There we go, so that's 1, that's 2. Oh, and we haven't hooked up the water. That's unfortunate. Let's go grab some water really quickly. We have around 5 minutes before the plant dies out of drought. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I said let's go grab some water, but I meant to go say let's go grab a liquid pipe. There we go. That's the liquid pipes. Now, the soybeans aren't going to thrive, unfortunately. I don't think they will, because the temperature is only 13 over here. But the grow light is going to get the temperature up slowly. If you take a look. Surprisingly, the soybeans are already generating oxygen. I thought we had to wait until they were fully grown. But that's good. Let's go check on the mushrooms as well. We do have some pollutants over here that we need to take care of. But it is producing CO2. We can see the percentage going up slowly. It's trying, as you guys can see. So that's good. We have the farm done. And we just need to work on it a little more to make sure that the CO2 that gets generated over here is being diverted to that side. So we'll utilize the filtration unit. We'll probably utilize 2 filtration units to do this. Send the CO2 back over there and then the oxygen into here. And all we have to supply is nitrogen to the soybeans, at least manually. And then we will have a fully symbiotic farm that feeds off of itself, and then we feed off of it. And let's take a look at how the base is looking. Looking good. We're making progress slowly. And we are only on day 12, which is really good. Alright guys, I think it is time we wrapped up this episode. I already have 2 hours of footage that I'm gonna need to edit. If you guys like Stationeers, make sure to check it out. I'll leave the links in the description. It's available on Steam and itch.io. And as always, the developers are awesome. Make sure to join their Discord and show them some love. And until then, I will see you guys later.